I get started, I have a question for you all who have chosen to be here at this moment. Are you folks the screaming throng of enthusiastic fans that was promised to me by my agent?
No.
I'll take that for the negative. There's a few more people coming. Until they get here, would you all that showed up early enjoy seeing some things I've been working on?
Yes.
Do you care if they work?
No.
No.
We're going to get along beautifully. We'll make an agreement. If you guys expect nothing, I promise not to disappoint you. Now, because you all got here early, I'm going to show you all what I like to call warm-up tricks. Here is the thing about the warm-up tricks, people, is sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So if by chance it happens to work, I want to hear what you feel about it, and then we will know whether or not to put it in the show for real. Here comes the first one. Hold on, focus, Daniel.
Oh my.
But wait! There's more!
Yay! Yay!
Why, thank you. That was nothing. You should see how I put on my pants. I'll tell you about my favorite moment that ever happened with that trick there. I'm getting up into the handstand. Now at that point, I have to think about what I'm doing. There's a 5-year-old boy in the front row. He said really loud to his mother. The whole crowd heard him. He goes, "But mommy, mommy, he's an old man." And I'm like, old guys rock. We just rock slower. And often in chairs. Let's try this one.
We walk and often in
I can take a hint. We'll try this one. We'll try this one. What do you people want from me? I'm an old man. I gotta get back to the home by 5 or I'm gonna miss the fruit cup. We'll try this one. This one's very popular. It starts down there on the foot. It goes right up to the head. It's very popular. I'll never understand why. No, people. I must do that one correctly, or they will send me to juggle a hell. It's not pretty. It's kid shows in Arkansas. Followed closely by a muddy field detective. From the foot to the head, no hands.
Yay!
How can they afford me? Right now, people, I am feeling confidence I don't even deserve. We're gonna go out on a limb. I will attempt to show you the trick I would do at the end of every performance back in the days when I was both young and stupid. I am pleased to announce I'm still stupid. Now, at the beginning of the show, what we're trying to do here is to get other people interested in what is happening on the stage. I've been experimenting with some fire juggling. Would you guys like to see that?
Yes.
Would you like to see it bad enough to massage my fragile male ego with some completely fake and totally unearned applause?
Yes.
All right, I will do it, but I intend to feel cheap. I gotta get the torches ready. I'll tell you guys a quick story as I am preparing the fire torches. Now, normally, if I do anything out here on stage, I've written jokes in advance to describe the situation. Here's what happened the first time I did the fire juggling thing. I worked all winter on the routine. I learned some tricks. I wrote some jokes. I met my neighbors under some very interesting circumstances. Nothing starts a conversation quite as fast as a flaming poodle. I got out here. I start soaking the torches, and I suddenly realized, to my shock and horror, I had forgotten to write jokes to cover the time right here. So in desperation, I asked the audience to sing a song of impending disaster. I was sure they would sing a funeral march, but a man stood up and clearly sang, "Here Comes the Bride." It was way better than anything I could have written myself. So I've noticed there are children here. children will often try to copy things they see at the festival. Kids, we have to clear this up at the beginning. Fire juggling is not a good idea. It's right up there with saying the words, "Yes, honey, that dress does make you look fat." So for insurance purposes, the children must now take the pledge. So all the kids raise one hand. One hand in the air. Say these words loudly after me. I will not do this at home. Unless mommy and daddy are gone. Young person that said, I will do this at home. You remind me a lot of myself when I was your age. You know what I studied when I was your age when I was in school? Detention. Now I understand people get very excited by this fire juggling thing. I find that to be a little confusing because honestly, people, if you do get into fire juggling, there really is only one rule that you must remember, and that is never, ever, under any circumstances, catch this end. Even for a shock laugh, don't do it. Now, I know there's a few of you out there that are worried that hurts me, but honestly, once the nerves in your hands die, you'll go. My favorite moment with that joke, I grabbed the wrong end of the torch and a little boy shouts out, "Hey, that's fake fire!" And I'm like, no way, the fire is real, I'm fictional. All right, some fire juggling on the second show of the day with a variable crosswind, boundless optimism, and the mild hangover. What could go wrong? It's an interesting coincidence, people. The same day I decided to learn to juggle fire was the same day I decided I would look bitchin' without eyebrows. Let's give it a go. Off we go into the wild. I'm impressed too. Now, people, to really appreciate this, you gotta try and look at it from my angle. You guys see 3, I see 6. I was thinking the other day, do you think it would be wrong to go into a theater crowded full of intellectuals and then shout out, "Rapid oxidation"? Some jokes you're gonna do in college towns. Or people, what you're looking at right here are single turns. In your wildest imagination, can you think of anything more exciting than single turns? Suppress your imagination. Double turns would look like this. These are triple turns. This is, I have no bloody idea. Well, that would have been cool if I caught it. I'm going to try it again. The high throw, the genuine fear. I have to get it. This is a personal goal of mine, and I'll tell you why. Honestly, people, the most exciting part of my day is doing the high throw because I get to freak out the squirrels. Let's try some fancy things. Fancy thing number 1 is a twiddle.
He's a god.
That's a technical term. Followed by a twiddle bonus. Don't worry, I don't think wood's flammable. I gotta get it. Twiddle bonus. There it is. And a very serious question. Does this make me look too Catholic? I call it the flaming genuflect or repressed guilt. I'm working on a new pattern. We gotta get into it slowly. We're almost there.
Oh.
Make it unanimous. No. I've really been working on this one really hard. And I love it because it looks cool when the medication kicks in. Now, you people may not know this. You may not know this, but every juggling pattern has a name. They all have names. This one is Stanley.
Oh.
This one is stupid. I just put a torch out with my crotch. I call this one Leona. I will admit this is more impressive when they're burning. Finish with Elvis. The formerly flaming torches. Oh, the residual fear. All right, people, this is my third show today, and I have been at this festival for many years. I'm going to be honest with you people. When I first started doing this festival, I met little girls that were riding around in strollers. Now they're coming out here and they're pushing their own strollers, and I feel pretty well broken in. For my own record, I need to know how many people here right now are in fact seeing me for the first time? First time?
What's that?
Wonderful! How many people seeing me for the last time? Wonderful. How many of you absolutely categorically refuse to raise your hands no matter what the question is? Rock on, defiant and confused. Rebels with small vocabularies. We're angry, but we're not sure why. What's about to happen next, people, is I will soon place myself in a very dangerous situation. And when I get there, one thing will save me. One thing will bail me out. It shall be, of course, my bag of tricks. Therefore, I must hand them to someone tall enough to get them to me when the time gets here. I see the perfect gentleman sitting in the back where he believed he would be safe. Would you hang on to this? Could you look any more disgusted? What is your name, sir? Frank. I am going to say, may I have my bag of tricks? That will be your cue. At that point, you stand up. You hold the bag proudly over your head, and then you scream. It's vital that you scream. This is the way you scream. You go, I got them, I got them. Oh, dear God, I got them. Can you remember that, Frank? I like your honesty. Just make it up as you go along. That's what I'm doing. Now, bear in mind when it comes to every scream, dignity is overrated. I know I've done experiments. My entire life has been nothing but a long experiment. At the end of it, they're going to give me a little piece of cheese. Have you seen the maze we have in the corner here? I know it's wrong, but someday I want to stand outside the maze, and every little kid that makes it through, I want to give him some cheese. It's kind of why I'm not in charge. Now, what happens next is quite fascinating. What happens next is I take this horn, I place it over my shoulder. I then take this ladder, I place that approximately here. I then climb to the top, stop in a delicate balance, and proceed with a pathetic cry for attention. You parents out there, this is what happens when you don't give your children attention when they're young. Look at me now, Mommy, look at me now. Young lady, you look nervous. Don't be nervous, you can trust me. I'm a total stranger. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're very close now. There's just one more little step. One more small one. One more little step. One more small one. But I'm not stalling. The problem is I've just sobered up and I realize where I am. There's one more little step. One more small one. This is really exciting when the stage gets wet. There's one more little step. One more small one.
Oh no, is he going with that?
Yeah. One more little step. One
You'll
more
love it.
small one. I don't know if I can do this. One more little step. One more small one. That would be it. I thank you for the sudden burst of indifference. And now that I'm up here, I need to point something out. The stage is wet and the ladder's sliding back and forth. And I'm realizing that I'm risking my life out here. And I look out here, there's the woman wearing nothing but black. I'm like, oh cool, the angel of death is here. How convenient. Now that I'm up here, I will take this horn. I will share with you all a burst, nay, an explosion of unbridled joy. Brace yourselves. This is going to be overwhelming. Do you feel better? You all might have heard of the horn of plenty. This is called the horn of whoopee. It can also be played as the horn of extreme sadness. It can also be played as the horn of apathy, but no one seems to care. Thank you, intellectuals. I do one other joke that you have to think about. If you blow into exactly like this, you call all the mimes in the area. I'll tell you my favorite mime story ever. A couple of years ago, I'm sharing the stage here with my friend Michael. He's a mime. He's a funny guy. Michael's out on stage doing his show. One of his props breaks. He had to run backstage to fix it. I'm like, Michael, don't worry. I'll go out there and I'll cover for you. I out there say, ladies and gentlemen, please be patient. The mime is backstage learning his lines. He thought it was really funny. Then he greased my ladder. Revenge of the mime. Don't take those boys off. Those leotards are way too tight. Things are getting desperate. More desperate than you people could possibly know. Yet there is one thing in the universe that could save me now. May I have my bag of tricks?
I've got them! I've got them! Oh, dear Lord, I've got them!
That's incredible! You remembered the line. You delivered it well. And my favorite part was you took the extra effort to mock me. Come up on stage, hand the bag up to me. Who knew beneath that calm exterior beats the heart of a fellow actor? What restaurant are you working at? Thank you, Frank. You honestly made my day. Okay, located in the bag of tricks, we have several items. We have a whole bunch of rings. And we have a stick. And we have a plate. Now then, the spinning plate is from the Ming Dynasty. Kmart collection. It's expensive. The plate is expensive because it's porcelain. Porcelain. I like the joke, and I'm going to do it till you people laugh. That's right. Give me the illusion of control. You parents know what I'm talking about. The spinning plate. Now, you guys right in the front? Sometimes this works. Sometimes it doesn't. So if you should see the plate, or Uncle Danny, suddenly getting bigger and bigger and bigger, it would be an excellent idea to move. The lawyers insist I say that since the incident. You guys go and laugh, but it was very sad. I had the plate going. It was right there in the middle. I was proud of myself. Then the wind picked up, knocked it off the end. Oh no, it's falling out. Little kid in the front there. He didn't move, but he did pull out the remote control and tried desperately to change the channel. It didn't work very well. His last words were, technology, technology, why have you abandoned me? He was a scholar. The spinning plate. Oh, could I have some more wind, please? Thank you, that's perfect. It's stage wind, it's very expensive. Oh, I could have finished college. It's spinning, that's a good sign. No, no.
Wow.
Hold your applause. There's more to this thing, hold on.
So many.
Not yet. Not yet. Not right yet. Do you people want to hear the weird part? Honestly, in the middle of that trick, I was thinking about something else. I'll tell you something, a couple years ago, I'm in the middle of that trick, and I almost had the last set of rings go in. At that moment, I found a loose board. And at that moment, I found religion. I have a name for the loose board. I call it the board of sudden need to do laundry. And now, to get rid of these items, I will cross the stage with the breakneck speed of a charging postal worker. Out of my way, I'm on salary. My favorite moment with that joke, in Illinois, a man stands up and says, I am a postal worker, you're going way too fast. We're going to have a union problem. These rings go in there.
Yay!
Sure, happens all the time. As does the stick, the plate.
Woo!
What the hell, I'm feeling lucky. It is now time for me to get down. I could either get down the fast way, or I could get down the slow way. What do you guys want to see? Can you feel the love? I heard a vote for slow. We'll do this democratically then. By applause, how many people for the slow way? More than usual. You sensitive New Age Texans. How often do you hear those words put together? How many of you would rather see the angel of death stand on a bench and sing There's Always Tomorrow? You are not my first angel of death. I had the best one ever. I forgot about the angel of death, and at the end of the show, I'm standing in the back of the row, holding the hat, getting the tips, and I feel this tug on my sleeve, and I turn, it's the angel of death. He's like, it is time for you to come with me. I will get down the fast way, but before I get down, I want to share something with you people. I sat down, I did the math the other day, and the answer actually scared me. I figured it out now. I've been doing shows for over 30 years. And my mom still thinks it's a phase. One thing I've noticed, though, is I no longer have the lightning fast reaction time I did as a teenager. It's just part of getting older. So now when I'm balanced on a ladder, I compensate for that by concentrating on my technique. And I want to tell you people what I'm thinking about right now. I must remember two things. I must remember to breathe, and I must keep my nipples above my knees. It's all about oxygen and nipple placement. Well, I'm focused on the young lady that's only got the shield. A lot of times I see little boys that have a sword and a shield, or sometimes they have just a sword. But I saw one last year that only had a shield, and I said to him, "Hail for Switzerland!" And he didn't get it either. Now the fast way is known as the fireman's dismount, and it looks something like oxygen, nipples, all systems go. I don't know about you people, but I think Oxygen Nipples would be a great name for a band. The fireman's dismount looks something like this. Ding, 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 ding. People, this is only my third show today, yet I'm feeling a special chemistry with this audience. I have seen you folks I'm sure you've never seen before and will never see again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I will now swallow the You're all waiting for me to do it, aren't you? I hope you're not too disappointed. That's as far as I tell you what else.
You didn't do that. Yay!
Yes, maybe you're wondering how I got the handy little dent. All right, guys, I'm almost out of time. The show can end in one of two directions. Would you all rather see the weird stuff or the impressive stuff?
Weird!
I'm getting mixed signals. We'll begin with weird. We'll move to impressive. We'll finish with completely misguided. If you want to see the weird stuff, that means it is now time to bring to the stage my newest partner and a dear friend. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I proudly present to you Armando. The world's ugliest baby. But you must admit, impeccable fashion sense. He is here to show you some acrobatics, but once again, I am noticing there are young and impressionable children here. Kids, I honestly do not want you to go home and try this with your little brother. It's dangerous. In the beginning, you practice with the neighbor's kids till you feel secure. We'll make this more interesting by reversing the polarities. He has a rare disease, we'll discuss it later. It's called spike bite. Reversing the polarity. Him. What, did his eyes get bigger? But it gets better. And good. Now it gets worse. Now it gets right up there next to impossible. If this one works, we're calling it the impressive stuff. If it doesn't work, we're calling it the tragic stuff. Thank you so much for your time. I can't stop. Wait, I got it. Oh dear. Oh my. Oh well. You ever get the feeling that you're just not going to get paid for this babysitting job? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Daniel, what a catastrophe. Daniel, what a disaster. Not so at all, because we have the technology. We can rebuild him. He'll be bigger. He'll be stronger. His arms will be attached down by his butt, but that doesn't bother us. Folks, what I like to do at this point in the show, I stop. I turn around, I look at that, and I remind myself that I am the most normal person at this festival. I really believe that. Denial is a powerful tool, followed closely by ibuprofen. You know you're getting older when you have a favorite painkiller. I'll be leaving a basket here, another basket on the other side of the stage. They become significant in a moment. What Armando and I will do for you all to finish off this third show of the day, we shall perform something which is completely macho. It is totally mindless. It is, by coincidence only, my favorite trick in the entire show. That's right, Daniel. Check your brain at the door and do one last trick for him, monkey boy. It's your raison d'etre. That's French for I do the show because I'm in debt. This brings up a really important point. I'd like to thank you all for coming by today, people, because honestly, if you people weren't here, none of this would have been necessary. After the show, there's a basket there, there's a basket there. I'll be holding a hat and standing in the back, reevaluating my career choice. My policy, as always, is quite simple. If you can give, please give. If you cannot give, kindly refrain from taking. I'll tell you guys one last story I think puts my entire life as a professional entertainer into the proper perspective. This is not a joke, it happened. I was buying groceries with $1 bills. The lady at the checkout was getting mad at me. I stopped in the middle of counting. I looked her straight in the eye and said, "I'm an exotic dancer and I'm good." What made it perfect was she did not skip a beat. She looked right back at me and says, "If you were any good, you'd have 5s." Now, people, when that happened, I was angry. Then I got to thinking, that's going in the show. I put in the show, it gets a really good laugh, and then I got depressed because I realized I've been writing jokes for 30 years and she's funnier than I am. Something else you learn if you do this stuff for decades. Sometimes you do a show and you put your heart and soul in it, you throw all this energy out there, and you get almost nothing back, and it feels like you should have just punched a time clock. But I want to thank you guys, because I threw a lot of energy at you guys, and then you doubled it and sent it back to me, and it made it fun to do this. That's important to me. Thank you very much. So people, this is rather interesting. From my point of view, I can actually feel you all staring at my bald spot. I want you to know I am sensitive about the bald spot. It's traumatic to be losing your hair at the tender young age of 23 in dog years. However, something happened a couple of years ago that made the transition into bald guy a little bit easier. After the show, this beautiful young lady came up to me and she told me, "I want you to say one word to the audience and see how many people get it." Here comes the word. Inconceivable.
Yes!
Yes, I'm that actor. This is my lunch break. Actually, people, I am not that actor. In my next life, I want a better looking doppelganger. But I gotta stop joking. Hey, this next one's really difficult, so forgive me. I'm gonna shut up and think about where I am and what I'm doing here for a second.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be great if that became part of the roadside sobriety test? Hey, thanks for your attention, people. My name is Scarborough. You guys are fun. There's a basket there. There's one there. Bear in mind, you have all just witnessed the Renaissance weight loss program. Trying to get back to my original weight. 7 pounds, yes. Thank you very much.
That was funny.